Welcome back. All right. So we left off with you guys kind of just heading through this sort of mountain pass to get to the other side of it. You know that you are going to be traveling through much of the night to make use of that time. You were warned that it is not comfortable to travel by day here. We kind of, I'd say you'd been traveling for a couple of hours now before you've really...
I have a question.
Okay.
Involving those first few hours. Would it be possible for Vael to hand the lead of his horse to someone else and short rest on horseback?
Time to Orin.
Sorry?
Time off to Orin, maybe? So Orin can lead him. He can just sit.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Then I will short rest.
Is there anything anyone is doing during this time?
Walking, mostly.
Right, I forgot you don't have a mount. Right. Then you guys continue to travel for probably several more hours without much issue. It's pretty quiet out here, and once you get in between these like peaks of this mountain, it gets very dark as well from the shadow. You can see that the desert ahead of you is fairly bright, though. The skies above it are clear and the moonlight is casting light down on it. But where you currently are, it's almost like you can barely see anything around you unless you have dark vision. Which I think Vael you gave to Alina right now.
How many hours does that last?
And myself, and it lasts 8 hours.
It is, I'd say, about a total of 5 hours of travel through here before you start to see that the ground around you gets less rocky and crag. Like there's nothing like coming out of this peak beside you anymore. You were following a pretty tight path in a mostly single file line for a long time, probably about 3 hours before it starts opening up, and you can see that the ground beneath you starts to go from like solid rock to that fine sort of dustiness below your feet as it becomes desert below you again. There are very high mounds of sand in this desert, to the point that some of them just tower over you as you pass by. I think just trying to see what... think Alina, Nyra, I'm gonna guess Leif also has a decent passive. And yeah, Raylan's probably the only one who doesn't really note this difference in the distance. Among these like dunes, there's like it kind of seems as though there is more like solid rock peaks out in the distance that look like the side, like the cliff of them are very different in color. Like you can see the layers of the type of rock throughout it, which is kind of unusual in an environment like this. You'd expect that it would be eroded. But you are seeing different types of terrain even within this environment here. Now that you are fully in the desert, any of you who, which is probably all of you at this point now, any of you who feel like you have some measure of interaction with the weave and arcane, you can just kind of feel this oppressive weight of it every single time a breeze kicks up and this sand blows by the group. And I think after about 5.5 hours, you see that Savan suddenly like kind of kicks the horse to like go forward a little bit faster, and he goes up near Kareth and his wife. And yeah, they're the only ones talking, so you can kind of hear this quiet conversation as Savan goes, excuse me, I noticed there seems to be some interference with my magic. And Kareth goes, yeah, that can happen sometimes. It's not a daily occurrence, but sometimes, I guess the locals kind of call it a remnant of the storm of Ilmarathis. And you might find that casting certain spells here is challenging. And Savan kind of looks a little bit concerned. He goes, and Kareth goes, not all spells though, just the kind that could have people looking out for you. And Savan nods. Oh, I suppose that's fine then.
So when you say oppressive weight, it's not like we feel the weave stronger. It's like something blocking that. Trying to make sure I'm understanding right.
Roll an Arcana check. You wouldn't really know that.
Will do.
It definitely feels like something is amplified in the weave as Alina kind of meditates on that feeling. A little bit reminiscent of when Vael was teaching her that lesson just last night. You feel like you're interacting with it in a different way.
Especially since it feels amplified as we're going along. I want to kind of tap into that feeling and try to pull on this very early conversation's the wrong word, but since I can't think of a better one, conversations with Aelris.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of pulling in that meditation on him with this amplification of the weave.
Roll me a religion check. You know, there's other numbers so apart from
No,
17.
only 17.
As you're meditating on that, you do feel that same sort of opening yourself up that you did when you were at this spire in Iriath and you were meditating, and suddenly just that overwhelming sense of awareness for a moment. And you kind of, in your mind's eye, see that same space from that dream. But then, can you roll me a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah. Can you write this note real quick? You said wisdom saving? Hey, it's a different number. By one.
You see this space just suddenly, it's almost like it collapses in on itself in front of you into a very thin line suddenly. There's nothing around you. And then for a moment, an eye opens up in front of you. This eye looks very... how can I put this? You know what? I'll just say it. Too dreamy. It looks very dragon-like in appearance. And you were completely like brought out of that thought process suddenly. Alina, it's like a big reptilian sort of eye, and you see like this glimmer of blue around it.
Vael?
Yes.
The dragon we're going to find is blue, right?
Yes.
He might have just seen me.
Might want to be careful with whatever it is you're doing. We are in his domain now.
Just trying to meditate on Elris. But maybe he's what's amplifying the weave.
He did create this desert. He also...
And I'll say this where everyone else can hear it. It's not like I'm trying to keep this a secret. If anyone else wants to jump in. Sorry, you were going to say something else.
He also created the magic that is concealing people in the desert. That's why Kareth and his people want to meet him so badly.
Makes sense why he decided to take a look.
I actually have been theorizing on this. Raelynn is missing. And I've been led to believe he has a connection to this dragon.
I think maybe he's hiding here.
That would be my guess. There was another hint.
What was that?
Well, you know how I don't put much stock in dreams and fate and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But I keep meeting the dragon when I sleep.
Since we talked?
It happened on the train.
What did he show you?
Nothing, really, but he did tell me I was about to meet my maker.
When you say that you sleep, Savon looks over at you. There's some curiousness in his eyes.
I think he's just gonna wink at him.
Unreadable.
And you think your maker is Vaelin?
You're a little quiet.
Sorry, and you think your maker is Vaelin? Or is it...
Well,
You-
the thing is, I don't know.
Mm.
But if he were to be the maker of humanoids of a particular persuasion, I assume it would be those who descend from the Fae.
Nyra now realizes having this conversation right now is probably a bad idea.
Well, this is certainly going to be an interesting trek then. I guess I'll keep my hours exploration to a minimum while we're here.
That's probably wise. If my theory's correct and Vaelin is not only hiding from the world but the other gods here, they probably don't want the gods contacted.
Look over at Nyra as he says that.
Yeah.
She looks a little sad at that phrasing. I don't know why. I mean, to be fair, we don't know that the other gods don't know where Vaelin is. We just don't know where Vaelin is.
Yes,
But
like I said, it's a theory.
it would... If one of my siblings was hiding away from me for that long, that would make me quite sad.
I imagine even siblings have fights, fall out with each other sometimes.
Sometimes just lose contact. Speaking of you, well, I guess you wouldn't be able to get in touch with yours to see how he's doing.
I could try.
I think it also dawned on Nyra when she says that bit about how it would make her sad if her sibling was hiding away from her for that long. Just in contrast, knowing that Vaelin is one of the gods of joy, I think probably really resonates in the back of her mind at her own words.
Now she's percolating on thoughts.
Have you tried reaching out to Vaelin, Vael?
No. I was really only here to see the dragon. I don't know exactly how I feel about the idea of meeting him, if that's what's going to happen.
I think Savant's been holding his tongue through a lot of this conversation, but then he goes, he's looking ahead now at this point and just listening. But then he says, people don't really contact Vaelin. That's never been his way or their way.
Oh?
You feel Vaelin in things that bring you pleasure and joy, things that inspire
Feeling
beauty.
you want them.
You joke, but that isn't far from the truth.
In
Do you have a...
truth,
No, go ahead.
he is the one god that I feel any connection to, any reason to even acknowledge. But I felt worship in traditional sense was not for me. So the more I learn, the more I think perhaps there is a god I can tolerate.
I do not think one worships Vaelin the way the others are worshipped.
That must be tough. Easy to get overlooked that way.
I guess I could have asked you, Nyra. Does Aelris normally worshipped the traditional way? To be honest, I've kind of just been meditating while studying.
From what I have read, that seems the best. Aelris is the seeker of knowledge. But it doesn't feel like the people here worship Aelris right either. Maybe you should just ask.
What about you, Savon? Have you taken any of the gods as a particular patron?
I'd rather the gods not look at what I've done.
Can I look at Zeke and Yara and see what their reaction is to that comment?
Sure, give me a insight check.
Tower or out?
It could be out. It's going to be low DC. They're not trying to hide. Look at you. You do see that instead of looking at Savon, Yara briefly puts a glance to Zeke. And I think you would be able to tell. You've been riding alongside these two for hours now, and they've been pretty relaxed. And I think now looking over at Zeke, you see some tension set in his jaw. He's actively trying not to look over at the conversation. It's just that awkward, like, I don't want to look at you.
Yeah.
Well, surely at least one of them is a proponent of forgiveness.
You'd have to want forgiveness, I suppose.
You
I
don't?
think that you deserve it. I haven't earned that yet.
Do you have any plans for once we cross the border? I realize I've been spending most of my time talking to your ward, and I apologize for not trying to get to know you better in the process if I'm going to be offering to teach him spells and things.
Adonis is worthy of the attention. As for my plans, I'm not very familiar about Hedgareth, and I do like to learn. My hope would be, I don't know how easy it is to travel between province there, but I would like to learn more about it, travel a bit.
So you have no one there that you're supposed to meet with?
No. I purely asked for this favor on behalf of Adonis. It would only be a matter of time before he ended up in the same organization I was aligned with, or Perhaps in the academy.
Well, if you're willing, we can find him somewhere safe in Ashendar. And you as well.
I would like him to come with me for a time.
The capital is a safe. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say the capital is a safe place, and I believe we're headed there first. So it'll be a good place to get your footing, understanding how everything works there.
Is there groups, factions, like the one I was with that I should be concerned about?
No.
And I look forward to it.
Maybe I should have asked this before, or maybe it's none of our business, but are you his relative?
His being...
Adonis?
Oh, no.
What happened to his parents?
I don't think that Adonis even knows that. He grew up on the streets. That's where I found him. I was supposed to bring him back with me to the Shattered Vael, and instead I didn't return.
That was your first step in the right direction.
You've done something very good.
I think Zeke definitely looks over at that comment. And it's difficult to say exactly what he's thinking, but he's definitely sizing Savan up and then looks at Adonis and then goes back to looking ahead. Well, he's gonna look at Alina. I wouldn't mind getting to know you either, if that's what you wish. It is good to know the types of people that I'll be traveling with. Especially ones who drag me into a desert for mysterious reasons.
Maybe it'll offer a chance for us all to build a little bit of trust in each other.
It does tend to be the way. Extreme circumstance. I'd like to thank you for taking on the burden of both of us. I know that you are the kind to dismiss it as something anyone would do. But I'm sure you've met a lot of people that would prove that that's not true.
All the more reason we had no choice. Besides, some of us have things we're trying to outweigh on the wrong side of our ledger as well.
I got that impression. I think you're at least on a good path.
Well, when you think I've gotten there, let me know, because I'd like to go back to being neutral.
For some reason, I don't believe you.
Yeah. I'm starting to believe that myself.
You guys continue this conversation and this travel for another couple of hours. If there's anything you feel is a particular thing that you want to touch on, let me know. But otherwise, you will kind of be hailed over by Kareth, whose wife left for a moment to almost like scout ahead.
During that time, I might just ask him a few questions about learning magic, but maybe that's something that you and I can just go back and forth on off stream.
I mean,
because I know you want to get to the next part.
Go ahead and ask if you feel like that's something that Alina wants to build on.
Okay. Yvonne, did you spend any time at the academy, or was all your learning through the Shattered Vael?
I never was formally at the academy, no. My father did spend time there and taught me what he knew a bit. So he was let go under not good terms. So I ended up not following in his footsteps, and by the time I was about 9, he told me that I would be going away for a bit, that he found a different way for me to learn magic. I asked if my brother would come with me. He told me he has other plans for him. I've heard of them a lot since then, but I haven't spoken to the man. I got very close one day when I wandered off. But it seems using me as a bargaining chip got him higher up the ladder again, and now he's a hard person to get a one-on-one conversation with.
I'm sorry.
You didn't do anything.
Mine was not the same, but I've been home once since I was 13.
For your magic learning.
I'm interested in learning how it's taught in Loran. It's not formally taught publicly anywhere in Hedgarath. But I'd like to change that.
I don't know much about the current state of Hedgarath. Is it going to be a challenging feat for you to do so?
Yes. She says that with a smile. It's one I'm really willing to take on.
I would suggest that you have a sound voice and a public disposition if you would like to pull something off like that and have it stay that way throughout the generations that it's passed down. Things change. People get greedy. That's not a discouragement.
She almost goes to say something 2 or 3 times, but stops herself each time, trying not to comment on the greediness and thinking about maybe that's what's gone on with Ona. She needs to keep those parts close to the chest because we don't know Saban well. But she'll just say instead, still very early stages of ideas. I haven't really had a chance to talk to any of my friends about it yet. But it's something I've been thinking on. But I won't bore you all with details until we've had a chance to rest. I know I'm quite late into the night.
I truly do wish you luck in this. It would be nice to see a world where everyone can learn like that. It was like that here for a time. It's almost like when you're given too much freedom, it somehow causes a lack thereof in certain circumstances.
I wish nothing more than a place people could learn magic safely and be well cared for.
You hear Yara pipe up a little bit. She goes, "That's a really nice idea."
You know, a school would need teachers.
She tucks a strand of hair behind her ear and she goes, how was it that you... that's not the right way to put it. I feel like there's different types of magic that people are inclined to, so how do you do that broadly?
Like I said, I have a lot to figure out, I know. But
It's fair. Maybe something to think about then.
yeah.
Yeah, so you see ahead that there's one of these more rigid formations of sand and sediment built up coming up ahead here. And you also see that there are there are a few just like rods of lightning, or not lightning, like almost like a lightning rod, like a steel bar, just like in the ground. And you see that Kara's wife comes back from her little trek ahead, and she gives Kareth a nod, and he sort of waves you guys out of your whatever conversation you guys were having at this time. And he goes, it seems like we're approaching a suitable place to rest for the day. Is everyone feeling all right? Any questions?
Are there things that we should be aware of for the evening or day, I guess? Things we should look out for?
Yeah, so there's 4 of us. So we're willing to take turns on doing a watch, but you guys are all welcome to join us as well. But I'm sure you've seen some of the shifting sands while we've been up in the mountains with a better view. There are things that are very large here that will usually keep away. They are up during the day, though, so that's something to be aware of. It's actually another reason why we don't travel during the day. But that doesn't mean that the night is without its problems either. A lot of the creatures here have really developed in ways that you might not be used to. They are lacking in food, so they will be aggressive when there is food to be had. He kind of gestures at the group as a whole. But the sands are also riddled with spots of arcane flowing through them, and they've grown used to that as well. Not everything here will be that difficult, but they are a lot hardier. And some of them are sneaky as hell, too. I would be on alert if you feel anything underneath your feet shifting, if you see movement coming our way, but don't always rely on the distance, because sometimes right below you can be as much of a problem. During the night, you don't really have to deal too much with anything in the air, but there are some things that do fly out here in the desert, and they are large enough to scoop you up off of your horse if they wanted to. I don't even know how to... I actually need to... I need to look if he can just show you. He can not. You know what? Sure. He'll do that. He can show you in a way. He just kind of he puts his hands together for a moment, and you can just you can almost like see the weave interacting around his hands when he does this, which is not a common thing you would see anywhere else. It doesn't seem to be a magical effect coming off of him rather than the environment reacting to him. And just a small little statuette like trinket is formed in his hand now. And to the players and anyone who's been on the ocean, probably, looks like a stingray. These things, they fly through the air. They can be docile, but if you catch them on a hungry day, they will come for you or your mounts. You could usually tell if they are on the hunt if there are a swarm of them. If you see one or two, you're probably fine.
Good to know. Thank you.
Of course. All of you said that you have tents?
Yes, we have enough for 12 of us.
Good. All right. Well, you continue on for another 20 minutes or so. And you can tell that the sky is getting just like a touch bit later. It's not like you're at the risk of reaching sunrise at the moment, but it's somewhere out there. You guys are able to set up your tents, and he directs you to this large sand mound and tells you he seems to like weave something in the air for a moment. And then he says, it'd be best if you guys set up your tents facing south tonight. I think that'll be your best bet for not waking up to a mound of sand in front of your door in the morning.
Makes sense.
Now that we are out here, and I'm positive now that I am taking you to my people, I am willing to tell you a little bit more about where we're heading, if that's something that is of interest to you. So if you want to be surprised, I'm not going to judge you.
I'd like to hear whatever you're willing to share.
My assumption is that you all know very little about this area.
It's true.
Good assumption.
The village that I'm taking you to, it's called the Marashi village. It's a word that means glass that remembers. A lot of the deeper you go here, you'll find just caverns filled with glass. And our village is very protective of those caverns. I would suggest that if you come across one of them, you steer clear of it, but I'm hoping that we don't get separated at all in our travels. However, I know that our destination is not a guaranteed. He looks at Vael. Not gonna blame you if you can't get us an all-access pass like we had hoped, but we are gonna try.
I'll do what I can.
You will be treated like family there. Everyone shares everything. Nothing goes to waste. If you need a place to stay, you will find one. Adonis kind of looks at him a little bit, like tilting her head. Are you maybe gonna warn him? And Kareth is like, maybe I should. Yeah, that's probably fair. People there are also very zealous. And you are not exactly very discreet in your appearance. Much of the people there refer themselves as the Azuridai, marked by Azurus. They don't possess things that you possess, but they've each been blessed in their own way, whether through visions or gifts. Or knowledge, like learning the tongue. You're gonna get a lot of attention.
Good to know. I suppose that means I should probably stop hiding then.
If you wish. It might be to your benefit to reveal at least a single indication.
Vael will just shift his scales to blue, keeping his usual appearance.
I think at this point, the mages have seen so many things and heard so many things that they're not unsurprised. But they're also like, we are seeing this unfold as it is. None of them pry into it in this moment. And I think also during this time, you guys would have been free to be kind of making camp and whatnot while he's kind of walking you through this and giving Vael a heads up. He's not a quiet man. His voice carries. He's very commanding. So it's not difficult to both be paying attention to him and also settling in for the evening.
As we're setting up and everything, the one thing that Vael wants to ensure is that he will be on the same watch as Kareth. So we'll be taking note of who's watching when.
Do you ask, or do you just kind of try to listen in to what they discuss amongst themselves?
If Chinook found some desert foxes and is going nuts. If the information was readily available, because he did say that the four of them were intending to take watch.
Yeah.
So if they discussed a plan or an order, then he would just listen. But if not, then he would just outright ask him.
Yeah, I think if you're relatively patient, once they're all set up, they set up a few tents, and they help Savan with his. It's kind of clear that Savan's never set up a tent before, but he is trying. He actively seems like he's curious to learn. So, Farah actually kind of takes him under her wing to show him how to set this up. And Adonis has been just sleepily standing off to the side, just like really sluggishly, having a difficult time waking up. And you hear that it sounds as though Kareth is going to be on probably the third watch, with his wife on the first one and the other two sprinkled in between.
Vael will make it known to our group that he intends to assist with the third watch, and suggesting that it's probably a good idea for one of us to be up.
Yeah, Raelynn would suggest doing watch as well. Second or the fourth, because she wants to be with one of the girls. They're fun.
I'll take first.
I'll take one as well.
Yeah, if you take last watch, you'll actually probably be up around the time you want to be up anyway.
That's the goal.
How do you guys set up with who's in what tent for the night? And also go ahead and if you need to talk amongst yourselves once you guys have your tent set up, or tent set up. I'm having a strong.
Help me understand where we are. Did you say we're on a sandstone
I'll show you. part is,
Okay.
actually.
That'd be
And we have enough tents for everyone to have their own, right? So we have enough for 12.
Yeah, we have 2 4-person tents, and then you have a
Mhm.
2-person. I have a 2-person, and Vael had a tent, so we actually have 14.
Mm.
We're golden.
Yeah, we got plenty.
So if people want to split off into 2s, you can do that. If you want to just have 4 and 4, we can do that.
I may not have put in.
I feel
any
like Leif
thoughts.
takes a
separate.
4-person
I was gonna
tent
say,
all
yeah.
on his own.
Leif is gonna need to sleep diagonal in one of those
He
4-person.
can finally just like
Stretch it down.
Sharing.
If you have a circle and you have a leaf, you could put 2 smaller people on either side of him. Just the space available.
We could cuddle puddle. It gets very cold in the desert at night.
We are sleeping in the daytime.
Yeah.
We
It's
travel
hot.
that.
It's hot.
So the 2 larger ones are definitely yours. I forgot that you had more than those tents. So feel free to work that out and we can magically pretend there's other tents there. But I do want to know, like, what's the situation? Because, yeah, I guess you guys, you're all in your own then? Is that what you were saying? Or 2 to 10?
We didn't
I was-
really work it out. I think Alina and Vael probably share a 2-person tent, like Vael's 2-person tent at one of the ends.
All right.
I'd say Raelynn will take a 4-person tent. It's roomier
Yeah,
and bigger.
Same.
yeah, that's fine. That's to break down if we need to in an emergency.
Do you keep Chinook with you, Shanks?
Yes.
just trying to figure out how to best kill us later.
hmm hmm
There's no reason. But also, you guys are free to do whatever you want before you sleep. It has been a very long day, so if you do just go to sleep, that's fine. But you also know that you have to pretty much sleep through the entire warm, bright day.
Yeah.
I offered to do first watch with Serena's taking the first.
Yeah,
You say her name?
Adonis.
Havanis. I could not read my own handwriting and mistook that V for an R. And as we settle down, I am going to use ascending.
Okay.
Kemi asked me to check in, so I'm going to message her. Out of cities for now. Not safe, but away. Given a lot of thought to your challenge. Is there a way I can help your mission?
Alina sends that out. You doing this in the tent, like you tuck away, or do you just do it anywhere?
I'm just gonna do it anywhere because I'm guessing this is as I prep for like this first watch.
Okay. You send that message out. You wait a while. You're waiting even longer. And it's unclear if that magic just didn't go through or if Kemi's not responding. It hasn't given you you would be familiar with certain levels of why your magic wouldn't work. And one of them would be like, oh, something's wrong with Kemi, and that's not the feeling that you get. It's just like radio silence.
Between the magical interference and the fact that it is pre-dawn, not surprising.
Yeah, it's like I would say like 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning maybe, because it's not sunrise yet.
She's on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah, she looked at her phone and put it back down and said, "I'll get back later."
You don't get that like backlash or anything like that. It also doesn't really feel like it hit a wall. It just kind of like went off and nothing.
I'm not concerned.
Right. You guys all getting rest then?
Yep.
All right.
I would have invited Yara to stay with us because Nyra's with me, and I know that she seemed to comfort Nyra. And so she just wants to give a person for Nyra to talk to if she needs. If Zeke comes along, I guess he comes along.
Oh, there it is.
But no, it's for Nyra.
She could talk to you.
She could. I know. She started. But you're sleeping and I'm doing a watch.
All right, so it was Alina on first watch, right?
Okay.
Yara, I think Yara will take you up on that, and depending on where Zeke was during that conversation, he actually seems a little bit relieved. You could see that maybe he was like turning over in his mind how he was going to sort out things because he needs to be trancing for half the night. So, yeah, she will go with you all. And Alina, when everyone starts to bed down for the night, I would like you to roll me a perception check in the tower.
I have 2 inspirations if you recommend it.
I think it'll be fine.
Okay.
You note that Adonis goes up onto this sand dune. She seems to be occasionally doing like a check in each direction, and then she'll occasionally come back to the center. But she more often goes to look over that hill area where they don't have as much line of sight. And as you are on your watch, you note that there is a lot of like shifting and whatnot in the distance. And I think at one point you note a little kick up of sand. It's very small, maybe like the size of like a cat. It looks as if these like wings just flick up out of the sand, and then whatever it is goes back down. But other than that, 2 hours go by. Nothing problematic seems to take place.
I'll wake up Raelynn if she wanted to take a second.
Sure.
I'll tell her about the wings. Did they seem similar to like the stingray flaps that we were shown, or was it something completely different?
You probably could have noticed the type. It looked very insect-like. You probably would have saw just a glimmer of it like catch in the moonlight after it disappeared.
I'll point that out to Raelynn, and I'll kind of tell her what Adonis's like patterns were, because I imagine that Alina's trying to like learn the best way to take desert watch from her, because it's going to be different than like how we traveled in types of terrain we're more familiar with. And so trying to learn like what Adonis is looking for, like the areas and things she's concerned about. And we'll try to share some of that with Raelynn, knowing that Raylan's probably going to get her own lessons from who she's with.
You know what? You rolled pretty well on your perception. You also relay the fact to Raelynn that Adonis She walks normally up on the larger dunes, and when she gets down onto the flatter sand, you notice she starts walking in very shifty sort of patterns, kind of very dune-esque. It doesn't seem like some sort of intricate walk, more just something that seems like it's trying to be nondescript in.
I will take that to heart.
Yeah, so you end up on watch with Lilith. She has her hair all tucked back underneath a like a sort of thin linen hood. And she immediately says, "Oh, are you gonna be my watch buddy?"
I am.
I have so many questions about earlier that I would love to settle with Farah. Like, how much of that was not true? And she's saying that, but she's like, she kind of points up to like lead you up onto this like sand dune behind you guys. The whole thing was just a big
Lie.
ruse.
Yes.
Pretty elaborate, I will say that.
My friend does have a way with words. As you heard when she went off explaining how extravagant my wedding would be and my dress and the bachelorette
dress.
party. Yeah.
I am at. So that was a lie?
That was unfortunately a lie. I'm so sorry to break your heart.
Wow.
I do have a fancy dress, just not a wedding dress.
Yeah, but the one that she described is so cool.
I'll keep that in mind, knowing that you think it's so cool if I ever get married. Don't hold your breath.
Why?
Just not in the cards right now. Not something I'm looking for.
Oh, I was going to say, I mean, like, obviously you probably don't have any issue getting attention.
You'd be surprised.
I am surprised if that's what you're insinuating.
I mean, you can look one way but act another.
Are you saying your personality's awful?
I am.
Oh. I don't know what
Would
it
you
says
believe
about
me?
me that I like you, then.
It's just
Very-
what's more important right now. That's
Oh,
it.
I see.
Otherwise, I wouldn't be in the middle of a desert.
It's not a bad place to be, honestly.
Honestly, it's beautiful.
Once you kind of get your head around it, it's almost peaceful to not have a bunch of people around all the time. Well, back at the village, it can get a little bit crowded, but people are super understanding as well. So, and I'm not always there. I get to meet lovely people like you and your friend who tell me lies straight to my face.
To be fair, she told them first. I had to go along with it.
So she's a bad influence on you.
Sure, let's say that.
Well, I can relate to that. Pretty sure that's what fair is for me. But we've been friends since we've been kids, so.
It's good to have. You need someone with a brain and someone with a heart. They ground each other.
Not sure which one you're saying that I am.
You seem pretty intelligent to me.
I will hold that over Farah's head. Raelynn, can you roll me a perception check?
Sure, but I'm gonna rage.
You note some of the movement in the same area that Alina did. It doesn't seem like it's coming any closer to you. I think as you're walking around doing different parts of this walk, though, you have blind sense, right?
Yes, she's never used it, so that'll be interesting to see.
That's different from things like tremor sense, right?
Yeah. It's just like 10 feet.
Mm. You don't quite see anything, but there is like that sort of sudden feeling of a presence once in a while you're walking over certain parts, and you feel the sands shift just marginally. And you can also feel when you do a wider berth around the campsite, you can feel kind of like almost like a steady rhythmic vibration that you could probably relate to something like a swarm. However, it doesn't seem to ping as of any concern for the person that's on watch with you. And eventually you find yourself going through those 2 hours.
She will go wake up Vael next.
Anything I should know about?
Nothing that Lilith was concerned about. It felt like something was kind of moving around, but not coming any closer. Ask Kareth to tell you how to maneuver around the sands. That'll help.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. All right. Vael will, before heading out, grab a couple of tin cups from his pack and head out there to meet Kareth, after grabbing his flask as well.
You approach Kareth, and he's already standing there at the not like on top of this mount, but like on the side of it, just so he's like a little bit elevated. And it's like near where you were at your tent anyway. And he's already standing there with a flask in his hand, looking out. Here's you approach. Oh,
Good day.
we're on watch together.
By design.
Hmm.
I see you're already prepared, but I felt like I owed you a drink, so if you wouldn't mind.
Saves me some. He's gonna tuck his away.
And before he pours into the cup, he draws out some water from his water skin and hardens it into an ice cube. And drops it in there, and then pours whiskey over it and hands it to him.
I like you.
Anything to beat the heat, right?
Yeah. He's gonna. It sounds like he's listening out to see if anyone is up at the campsite. And then he kind of tilts his head. Walk around with me?
Yeah.
You go up onto the hill. So, just a drink, or did you have something you wanted to talk about?
I have so many things to talk about.
A bit.
Let's start simple. Those rods we passed, they're to divert lightning, are they not?
Both from above and below.
Below.
The storm still rages all throughout these parts. And
Interesting.
whatever Ilmarathis was able to do, it hasn't quite settled down. These parts used to be completely uninhabitable. Tapered off over the years.
Are you familiar with a place called the Thunder Crags?
I've heard stories, seen pictures.
Well, I imagine I don't have to tell you the weight of a storm like this, but stories and pictures can not do it justice. It is a dangerous place, untamed, unsettled, always raging, lightning at all times.
Sounds like my
Comforting.
kind of place.
Yeah. But I have need to bring, for lack of a better term, common people into there in the near future.
Hmm.
Do you think that these lightning rods would be useful to keep them safe, or is there anything I ought to know about their maintenance, their function?
Mm. He's gonna do a quick scan around them. Come here. And then he'll kind of just start walking a bit north away from the camp. And you do see eventually in the distance, because you have what, 150 dark vision?
Well, it's daytime, is it not?
Yeah, that's true. You see in the distance these one of those rods, like you notice there's kind of like a sheen of blue over them. And Kareth, as he's walking towards that, he kind of takes another sip of the drink and then hands it to you.
Oh, he has his own as well. Oh, you just handing it to me?
Yeah. So
I
can you
see.
hold this for a second?
Yeah.
And he brings out these very thick leather gloves as you guys approach this. And as you approach, you see that there's like 3 parts to this mechanism. It looked like just a simple steel rod, but as you get closer, it looks like something that you could probably turn. And he goes up and he, at the very base of it, he turns the rod and then sets it aside on the sand. And then he starts sort of digging into the sand. And you see this, like, it's almost like a glass vase is what I would describe it as to you. That's kind of like a bulb shape at the bottom. Spun in a very chaotic sort of pattern. Like, it doesn't look like it was intentionally shaped. And he picks it up. Right. Well, to answer your first question, I guess I could see that happening. Though we do bury them in the ground to store energy for later use. Is that something you can do in your Thunder Craigs?
I think we can figure it out.
Well, because it's so close to one of the common rest stops, it's probably not the best one. But if you can remind me once we get to the village, I can have someone set off to secure you one if you'd like to take a closer look at it and talk about it some more.
That would be fantastic. That actually would solve more than one of my problems.
What's the other problem?
I don't know if this came across, but I'm a very ambitious man.
Not many people trek into the desert to meet a dragon the minute that they learn that they can.
Fair. Well, I have ideas. Things that could help people. And the power source that is currently being used towards similar things is being harvested in a rather unethical way that seems to be annoying the gods.
So you're seeking to go more the natural route then?
Yes. Harvest a little bit of lightning in a way that also protects my people. Use it to fuel the ships I intend to build.
Ships? He says curiously.
He like launches into the same sales pitch he threw at Matthew Dayru. He's like, imagine a ship that doesn't need to bend to the wind. And he goes on.
Yeah, he's pretty enthralled by that. Especially being someone who's like from the desert. It's like hearing about just even hearing about the sea travel and whatnot is intriguing to him. That is really interesting. Your whole party actually seems ambitious.
Each in our own way.
Well, if anyone can get into the presence of Azurus, I think it ought to be you lot.
Yeah, I have some questions about that as well. Like, what is stopping you from getting there, since you seem to be above the caverns he might be in?
It's about a half day's travel out. Well, not quite, but 4 hours out from our village. Don't exactly want to be right on top of the dragon's lair, even if we do respect everything. There is something called what we refer to as the Pit of Ilmorath. It's this huge crater of blue glass. Difficult to travel through, but if you have any sense of strength or magic, you'll do fine there. But he doesn't exactly want company there who have no use to him.
Interesting.
His lair is deep, and well, he's not the only one underneath the sands. And I've got reports back from people who have tried to go down there, and it seems like maybe some of the stories about there being suspicion of some sort of transfer of power. I think he might be able to do that too. Creatures down there are hostile, much larger than you would expect them to be, arcane imbued when they shouldn't be. And we don't exactly want to piss off the thing that we respect so much either.
So I go in and piss it off and hope that it'll forgive me because we share blood.
Do you feel like you'll piss it off?
Does seem to be a talent of mine. But I'm also a diplomat. I'll make it work.
He's been waiting for someone. Or maybe something that someone has.
Is there anything I need to be careful about around your people? Even with the scales, I imagine a lot of eyes and ears will be on me.
Well, don't say anything bad about Azurus, and you should be mostly fine. I would... Be careful with your ambition and implying that some of the craftsmanship that we've gathered here and created here could be traced back to us. You might consider it respectful to pay homage to the people that you've learned something from, but these people mostly want to be left alone.
Do everything in my power to keep your people hidden and safe.
I figured. You seem like you had experience with keeping things hidden and safe.
Yes. Well, it was a necessity for many years. And lately I found myself surprised to be around people who seem to accept the truth. There was one more thing that was bothering me. What is the connection between Phelan and Azurus?
Oh, I've probably heard about 20 different stories growing up. The gods and this dragon are not so keen on sharing the details, obviously. But the one that always seems to really stick out, and the one that we kind of taught when you got that little trinket off my wife. Phelan was overlooked a lot during the time of Aelris and Lyriel ascending in this country, and the complete and utter divide in between both countries philosophically. Always found himself at the bottom, cast aside. And yet necessary for everything. Despite that, no one really understands someone's importance until it's no longer there. Everything became so rigid here. It's a bit better now, but everything was so structured. There was structured, overdeveloped, lacking in any real love and creativity. Baeler's order, Lyriel's determination of fate, it's not really something that you can be Vaelin in.
I certainly noticed a distinct lack of joy among these people.
So, people say that Vaelin retreated in secret without the eyes of their brothers and sisters upon them. And it was then that Vaelin turned to Azura Silmorath. This, at the time, a blue worm, not ancient. Definitely not capable of this. It kind of just gestures to everything around them. Residing in those peaks over there. The worm wove storms of sand and thunder so vast that we believe cloaked his departure, hiding them.
Is there a chance he's still here? Or they are still here?
I'm not sure. Some believe that he went to create a home of his own. But also, we think that it wasn't an equal favor. The hiddenness, the power. Dragons are greedy. They can be, at least some of them. How much do you know about your other bloodline?
I was very young when I was cast out.
Did you know that your kind are considered Vaelin's chosen people?
No.
Some believe that Vaelin created them. Which makes sense. Even from the brief time that I've known you, you're almost an embodiment of that.
And yet, they cast me out.
Did they tell you why?
No, though there were things I overheard. It was the scales, and not just the scales, the color of them.
Well, now that's interesting.
For a long time, I couldn't shift them. I could change shape, but the blue scales remained. I was so young still that if I wandered too far from home, I might never have found it to begin with. And I was not accustomed to looking out for myself yet. I was just a child and I had no idea what was happening. But one night I was woken, taken for a long walk, told it was not safe to be there, until I was taken to a place that was very different than what I had known. I turned around to ask where we were and found myself alone. I know nothing of either lineage, nothing of my home, nothing of their ways.
Fuck me. You pretty much described a story that I heard.
Oh?
Well, the reason I asked, the elder at our village, they told my father once I was kind of not really supposed to be listening. But it's an adult conversation, I suppose. I heard them talk about how Azurus demanded a bond, long-lasting one, from Vaelin in exchange for this deed. And that when Vaelin's chosen people flourished too far in the Feywild, one of their bloodline would be cast out, and the exile would carry both Vaelin's spark and Azurus' storm, and by their hand, their pact would be fulfilled.
So I'm to fulfill this pact between a god I never knew, a dragon that forced its blood into my bloodline. You don't by chance know the terms of the pact?
No fucking clue. I thought it was just crazy talk.
Fuck.
Could be a good
This
thing.
glass is emptied into his cup.
Chaotically evil dragon, chaotic god. Maybe it's fine. He's going to reach for the flask, or actually he probably took his cup back and he's like holding it out to you.
Yeah, he fills that up. All right, well, thanks for being so open about it all.
If you have time in the village, just in case you're walking into something god-awful,
The choice of words.
feel free to seek me out, and we'll any kind of gestures to the whiskey indulge on what could be maybe your last night. I'm just fucking with you. We do have some travel ahead of us that day too.
Still though, not a bad idea. Just do me a favor, keep the potentially my last night talk to a minimum. I don't want anyone else growing overly concerned and trying to talk me out of it.
I know that feeling. Will do. And he'll kind of... Bill, roll me a perception check with disadvantage.
That's entirely fair.
Holy fuck. You rolled 2 nat 20s.
Oh shit.
Normally I wouldn't say that, but... Damn, okay. Well, do you feel like... What do you feel like Vael did after he showed you the lightning rod and the thing that houses it? I feel like he probably would have wandered back, but he was also super interested. So if you like stopped and were talking instead of walking and talking...
No, we'd walk back for sure. We have a job to do, keeping watch. So they definitely would have returned to that mound.
As you are nearing the end of your watch and you're thinking about, like, should probably get Nyra up, though I'm realizing now Nyra might have been a little bit thrown off by this complete switch in her sleep schedule. But as you head into this shared space again, he seems to shift. Actually, is Chinook with you, do you think? Or do you think you told him to stay in the tent with the heat and stuff?
I think that Chinook probably would want to stay in the shade, given all that fur.
Yeah. Probably just gave him some water and then he stayed in the tent.
Yeah.
As you guys head into the center area, though, Kareth kind of seems to pick up on something looking in the distance to the west. And shortly after, Vael also notes a shifting in the sand. And it doesn't look like it's something coming towards you. It's almost like a pooling of sand just going beneath. And Raelynn, you have this weird... You remember that, like, resonating feeling in your forearm shortly after your first dream?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that also wakes you up suddenly. Nothing feels like it's wrong, but it was like a hum through your bones, and you suddenly are awake. Kareth kind of puts a hand on Vael and says, "Keep in a regular pattern. Go wake your people." And when you guys take like 10 feet towards your respective parties, a large creature comes out of the ground, and I need to look at this so I can actually describe it. It looks like a giant bug to you. That's the best way that I can describe it. Like, these large pincers come digging out of the ground, but then shortly after, it is a weird sort of mashup of a reptilian head and a bug. Like, that's what you're looking at right now, and it is a large creature, and all of these smaller little ones start pouring out of the ground after it. And just as you are trying to close that space between you and the first tent that you need to wake up, you can see that there is more sand pouring about 50 feet away from it on the other side of this campsite. Like, there is more of them. But we are 20 minutes after our break time, so we will stop there and then we'll come back and we will roll some initiative for the party. Welcome back.
You're supposed to scream before we come back.
He said freak out in
Oh,
and then count it down. So
Yeah.
I was busy singing "Freak Out" in my head. So
well, don't call people on their shit then if you don't know what the shit is.
you met me.
All right. God, what time of day is it? It's like late day, I guess, if you were on the third watch and your watch was just about to end.
Mhm.
Hottest part of the day then.
You, Vael, I assume you are where you are on the map currently. You're heading towards.
However close I can get to that tent, because that was the first on my way.
Yeah, I think Pyrralith was moving this way. You wouldn't have got all the way to the tent, but everyone, go ahead and roll initiative for now. I thought
Raelynn, do you want to swap with me?
Where are you? Yeah.
I think that ability requires line of sight.
Hold on, let me read it real quick.
Maybe.
Uno momento.
There might be a range issue.
One willing
shit.
ally in the same combat. You
Oh,
only
really?
can't do it if they're incapacitated.
Oh.
You go kill some bugs.
Okay.
And
How do I
Chinook want to
switch
roll?
initiative?
Yeah, Chinook needs to roll.
That makes sense.
And Vixx, I think you might have to manually swap Alina and Raelynn.
Okay, I can do that. Just looking for Chinook here.
Much appreciated.
Oh, I only have.
I
My
guess
husband's in the
Dex.
kitchen, that's what you heard.
Oh.
That doesn't put him anywhere though on the tractor. 8. I'll just put that in. Oh, slip on. Okay. Raelynn 15 and Alina 23. So 15 and 23.
Awesome.
Holy shit, Karen.
Thank you.
Yep. He has a plus 13. I was also surprised and he rolled a 20.
Wow.
He knew they were coming. Kind of makes
He's a
sense
professional.
I
narratively.
mean, yeah, this is sort of his job.
I guess I should have less chill music going on here. There we go. Yeah. Kareth is going to close the distance here, and he kind of just he looks over at Vael and says, "Guess there's no need to be quiet now," and he's going to just let out a sharp whistle, and he calls into the tent that he and the others were sharing. I was going to say it's a larger tent. And I think, yeah, Raelynn, you were up and you hear that as well. Leif, yeah, you probably also just wake up to a sharp whistle. Don't quite know what's going on, but you do hear some sort of chittering noise coming from outside.
Okay.
I suppose I need to do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what's going on. Use half my movement to get up.
Are those temp HP, those just stay for until you sleep them off or someone hits you?
Let me.
Not super sure where those came from. They're
No,
probably
those
from
came
Alina.
from me. Those
They're
came from
Alina.
Mantle of Inspiration. You gain temporary HP. It does not say anything about its leaving.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm pretty sure that just you have
There.
it until
Okay,
something
You get
stops you from having it.
2.
Alrighty then.
All right. So I will get up, poke my head out. Big
Yeah,
tent.
you see these two groups of creatures pouring out of these two holes, and one of them is much larger than the others around them. There's seems to be like 3 sizes of them. Some are really small, and some are about the size of you, maybe a little bit bigger.
So yeah, I will 5, 10, 15 with the rest of my movement, and then I guess I'll dash with my bonus action. And which is just enough movement to get me in range. And then as I'm doing that, I will be winding up for a punch to carry my momentum into its big, toothy face. And I will try to punch the big one. Actions, right? Well, I'll take my second one then. Wow. You're muted, Vixx.
Your narration looked cool, but
You
It
are-
did.
You know that you are hitting it, but as you're hitting it, you just note that it is just covered in this like sort of chitinous, natural-looking armor that is layered in like a scaled fashion.
I'll just stay there up in its face.
Alrighty. Raelynn.
Okay, I got a lot to do. Okay, bonus action. I know what. You know, spellcasters are so hard, guys. Okay, first I'm going to rage. Boop, boop. Then we're going to give Nyra some temporary hit points with Vitality of the Treat because she is close to me. So you get this. I get this. Perfect. Was I able to stand up in that time that I kind of felt it, or am I still getting up now?
Oh, that's a good point. I would say you had a bit of time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm going to move 25 feet. Well, 30 feet, because I'd have to go straight out the door. And then I'm going to try and attack whatever one this one is, number 1, with my halberd, which I haven't done in a long time.
Ooh.
That's going to miss. How do I put reckless attack on though? That's fine. I'll do that next time. I forgot.
You can just roll with advantage. That's all it is.
Can you? Okay.
Well, it's supposed to. It also gives everybody advantage against
Yes.
you.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'll do it next time. So that was bonus action. Yeah, I'm in a good spot. If they move, they're in trouble.
All right. Let's see what we have here. Currently, you, I guess, Leif, Vael, Raelynn, you all note that there is, Zeke shouldn't be able to, another, like, just pouring of sand off between the tents. Show you that guy as an action happens here. And 3 more of these creatures emerge from the sand pit. So of course, he was not up like Raelynn was. But 5, 10. How do I do half movement for that? Yeah, I can't do 2.5. I'll just do 3 squares then for now.
You absolutely can do 2.5 squares.
Oh, fair enough. No, I mean, like, to split a 5 into half, how do you do that?
You put them on the line instead of in the square.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I feel like it. He's gonna bonus action dash because he's gonna go check on Nyra first. But you also notice that when he comes out, he is holding a weapon in one hand. It is a short sword of some sort. That would have been movement, action. He can actually go all the way and check. So he's gonna do that. He looks into the tent. It's like, sorry if you're not decent, and like peers into the tent, sees that Nyra is just getting up, and Yara, bed head on one side, is sitting up now. And Zeke looks at her and says, keep all the animals and that kid out of the way. And then turns his attention to the group of creatures, but he used all his action economy for that. So, Leif is right here.
I am.
And
F me up, fam.
yeah, you're just like wailing on this thing, standing right in front of it. You're a pretty large target. It is going to take an attack at you. A couple of them, actually.
Nice.
Anything I should know about
Nah.
being able to hit you? Okay. And that's a miss. This one like large pincer just comes down, crashing on, like it gets you pretty good. But seeing that it's rearing up to do another one, and you see the exact motion it does. You're able to kind of just slip out of the way to the other side of that as it's pulling the other one back. 10. Actually, sorry. It has movement. It burrows into the ground. You can then take a attack of opportunity as it starts to dig into the ground if you would like.
I absolutely will do that, and I am going to scroll through all the things I can use my focus points for. One of them. Okay. Oh, it's when I hit. I don't have to spend it until I hit. Okay, cool. Where's Fantasy Grounds? There you are. Yeah, I will absolutely take a swing at it.
Cool.
Jeez.
Yeah, not great.
Still waking up.
You have a crazy to hit too, so I am surprised you're the one struggling right now.
I know. If I could roll above a 5.
Raelynn, this creature in front of you is going to take a very similar strike at you. It is currently benefiting from having others around it that are within reach of you, so it gets advantage on this. That's gonna hit. Little baby damage, but still. Oh, it was supposed to go with advantage. That hit?
Yep, I'm not wearing my armor.
Oh, I was like, how is that hitting Raelynn?
She's wearing a bed sheet.
You like to nerf yourself. I forgot. Leif. You try to hit this thing as it's burrowing into the ground. It's out of line of sight at the moment now. And these to kind of flank you. Actually, wait, that one, it's not that one's turn. This one flanks you. To hit. Maybe. Here we go.
I'm not sure if it's just that I don't have the DM view, but it looks like a lot of these fellas aren't in the combat tracker.
Really?
Yeah, I can only see the Hive Mother and Adult 1 and Adult 2 in the tracker. Hey, if you can see them, it doesn't matter, but...
That's weird. I revealed them all. Oh, in the tracker.
Yeah, the tracker.
Okay, I'll fix that in a second. That was a miss, though. Fail.
All right, that one moved and changed all my plans. Actually, I might still be able to make this work, kind of. We'll see. Well, Vael's going to move this way and make sure that Alina and Chinook are awake and prepared for danger. And seeing that they're up, like he'll call in, "We have company," and then continue on the rest of the way. Sorry. Where was the square? Square. Yeah, I can't hit them the way I wanted to. Fuck.
Is the large one fully underground at this point?
Yeah, you currently can't see it.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. That is a thing. Sorry.
Yeah, you can backtrack it here.
Then I will check on them and then step back this way. You good over there, Leif?
I got it.
Okay.
His last words.
Let me know when that changes, if that changes. And
When?
I meant if. I meant if.
I know. Still, wow.
I trust in Leif and his abilities. So these three, however, are grouped up nicely. So as he steps over to the larger group that can be actually struck, he draws forth the power from his Bloodwell vial, enters a state of innate sorcery as the winds kick up around him, lightning crackling down his arm until he points at them and releases lightning bolt.
Two successes and a failure.
Damn. Wait,
Really?
that shouldn't be a success.
It doesn't look like you activated innate sorcery, maybe?
Oh, you're right, I didn't. I checked the thing off, but I didn't press the button. My bad. I just... I'm gonna screw this up now.
You could just re-roll if you want.
Or just double the amount of damage that gets put onto it.
Damn it. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, your lightning just tears through. I assume you're like aiming so you're not getting the tents involved in this situation.
It's going straight down the middle, so it should be going into the sandbank there behind them.
Okay, yeah. It kind of just rips through them, and you kind of hear this, like, it's a really gross sounding chittering noise. It's like you've fried their insides, and you can just hear that last cry from some of these smaller ones as they just kind of, it's like they try to burrow underground to get out of the way, but your magic just completely destroys them.
That worked better than I expected. That's end of turn. I've used everything.
Alina.
Okay, I am gotta use half movement, and I'm rocking a bedsheet toga because, as my companions put it, it's the desert. I would not be sleeping in my armor. Okay, I am going to first. I'm gonna look at Leif and say, "Leif, I need you to punch the shit out of these bugs." And I'm going to give you a bardic inspiration, which is somewhere on my sheet, and I'll click it off in a minute. And then I am going to look at the little one and see how immune it is to psychic damage. Why does it feel like 100 years since we last did this? I only have one more bardic left because it's been a long day. I'm going to use Vicious Mockery on this one.
Alrighty.
I click the right button.
And Vicious Mockery isn't like one of those ones, right?
And he does not have to run away. Hold on, let me...
Some of them won't work on like low intelligence creatures.
Nope, just a creature that you can see or hear.
Then you're good.
Thank you for making double check that, though. Okay.
Nice.
How does that look? How does Alina get into the mind of a creature? Normally she's trying to cause fears in people's minds. What does this look
I
like?
think it stems from these two instances of trying to contact Aelris and being aware of everything. And I think that everything includes these creatures. like insects and animals that she's not tried to tap into the minds of. And so there's that like little bitty thread of connection of having for like a split second been inside the mind of an insect during those moments and pulling on that piece that's there now and being able to tap into like, these are big bugs, so I don't know what it fears, so it's probably something really abstract. But kind of just like
real big newspaper rolled up.
it's a giant can of Raid. And just kind of pull on that, almost that like chemical of the fear, and letting it flood until its brain goes.
All right. Yeah, and this creature just completely the same effect as if it's both animalistic and also bug-like in the way that it tries to recoil and then just kind of shrivels inwardly into itself. Any movement or anything from Alina?
No, I had used my half movement because I had to get up.
Alrighty. Nyra. You're waking up.
I wake up in my pajamas. And I leap out because Raelynn's gone, so that means something's happening. And she's gonna look around. There's a lot of them on Raelynn. Am I doing this right? Yes. She's going to look at those 4. There's nothing like this in her desert, right? Like, this is weird.
No, you have like larger like bugs who can withstand heat and whatnot, but not like this.
Not like this. Gross. She's going to be like, oh dear, and try to make them glow.
You got a couple fails and a couple saves.
Right. So, yes, she casts Fairy Fire on 2 of them, I guess.
Ah, nice.
So you don't have to use.
I don't have to remember reckless attack. I know, and they have advantage on me, so it's fine.
Oh dear.
We did it for you.
I did forward. And I have no bonus action, so that's my turn.
All right. Speaking of having advantage on Raelynn, this one is going to move up and hit you, or try to hit you. Oh, actually, with your armor class right now, it'll probably hit you. Oops, I meant to do that with advantage again. I'll just roll in case it's a nat 20. I think this one doesn't have multi-attack though, so you just get the swarm of these little smaller ones coming at you with these very sharp pincers at the front. Keep saying pincers, I don't think that's the right thing. It's like, you know, whatever the scyther sort of.
The technical term.
It's not
The scyther.
pinching anything. Savan has Adonis in his arms when he comes out of this tent. Savan looks wide awake though. He's just like, he's probably been bothering Savan at this point. Savan looks exhausted, like he hasn't rested yet. Thanks, Alina. And as soon as Zeke sees the 2 of them, he directs Savan towards Yara. She'll help him. And Savan seems a little bit surprised by that, but kind of lets Adonis down and trusts that Yara will help him. And Savan takes a look around. And I have so many fucking things open, so second. Raelynn's looking fine over there, right?
Yeah.
Always.
You're looking fine.
She had temp HP too, so.
Yeah. I think then. Not really a ton for him to do, but he will just kind of try to pick some of these creatures off of your back here. And see if I can do anything. Let's just go with one of these and miss. That's great. But Savan's still waking up a little bit and he's tired.
Guys,
So
combat's hard when you can't hit stuff.
It is. Both our melees have like whiffed both times.
I don't know what you mean.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm just playing.
Not
I've been
everyone
there.
can be Vael.
It's them who failed to get out of the way, technically.
Better than my 5 misses yesterday.
I think Savan immediately feels bad when this other one comes up, and now Raelynn's completely swarmed. He was like, she seems fine, and then now she has
I'm
all
so
of
happy they're doing
creatures.
this.
This time I will do advantage. What does the light effect do?
What do you mean the light effect?
That
Oh,
Nyra
they're just emitting light
they're
because of
bright.
fairy
Okay.
fire,
Okay.
and
You
yeah.
can't hide.
I see. It's gonna be a hit.
Ow.
It's just a little baby hit. You're fine.
I know.
And she's resisting it right now too.
Yeah.
Would Chinook stay? Did you tell him to stay?
Sorry. No, actually, given the circumstances, I might call him out just in case I need him. So
Okay.
I'd give a little whistle.
All right. He will go up right beside you. Hippy dubby. And because I hate myself, Alina.
Yep.
Right beside you. One of these. Yay. Comes up out of the ground. Part of the tent is like sinking into that area now. Like some of the pole like collapsed into this hole. It's kind of tilting inward now. Thanks for the gift subs. Going to make an attack on you.
This can be really easy to hit.
Maybe. I didn't hit Raelynn, so you might be fine.
You did.
You did hit Raelynn.
You hit her several times.
I mean, I meant there was a couple that I missed. Like, even without her armor, she was still... So this one has multi-attack, so sorry.
I stay in the back. It's my turn to be hurt.
It's gonna be a hit. I was partially absorbed. Oh, from the temp HP. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You this creature comes up behind you, and you take this stab right to the side of your hip, and it pulls back, and I think you kind of turn and you see that it's coming again, but it just gets like
Can Chinook grab the edge of the sheet and kind of pull her back half a step?
That works, because what I was going to say is that it hits the sheet into the ground instead, and kind of slices through part of that.
Am I Padme in Attack of the Clones? Just artfully across the middle?
Yes. That scene meant so much to me as a teenage boy.
I was gonna say, we know your favorite part of that DVD.
Finally fucking kidding.
I wore out that scene on the DVD. I didn't know that was possible.
Wow. I'm going to just kind of say that some of the NPCs are going towards where all of you guys had left your mounts. They're trying to now get them up on the higher sort of rocky ground that was behind your tents. And Kirith is going to say, where the fuck did that thing go?
Underground.
Yeah, we lost it in the sand.
Great. Well, it will be coming back up shortly, so be aware of that. And he will help Alina out here. This guy has so much movement. He can go right up there if he wants to. What you shaking your head at?
I'm just so curious as to what he is. I know he's based on me, but I'm like,
Yep.
what build?
How does Vixx see you in a D&D world?
I've built
Naked.
him before. We've talked about this before. Yeah, let's do this. Sorry, he has a very long sheet. Yep. Let's go for that. And let's do that again. I don't know why it rolled like that, though.
Weird.
Did anyone else see 2 dice
Yeah.
rolls?
Yeah.
Weird. That was very weird. Yeah, he comes in and he's able to get 1 hit before this creature kind of burrows halfway into the ground and kicks up a bit of sand at him. Well, that was embarrassing. And because he should have done this already before, he's going to give himself Spark. Maybe that'll give Shanks a bit of a hint.
He's a high-level bard who has magical secrets and took Hunter's Mark.
Yes. Leif.
He's a ranger rogue, obviously.
That's me. I am going to... Yeah. I'm going to use my bonus action to activate my Gumby arms, formerly known as Eldritch Maul.
We prefer Gumby arms.
I know you do.
One of these days, I'm just gonna rename it on your sheet.
And then I am going to attack young Krithik number 1.
All right. And roll a fucking 3.
Second attack.
You do have Bardic Inspo if you just really want to punch it.
Yeah. I have a plus 11 and it's tiny. That should hit. That's better.
Yeah, that does hit. Is that your second attack? So you hit it and it cracks against its like shell armor, and then you.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna swing around and just do a nice roundhouse kick to the head. And probably shift it back 5 feet and just.
Yeah, it explodes. Like you kick it and it's like it ricochets through its whole body and just its guts explode on the other side.
Hey, now that's more like it. I'm gonna look at the other one and just like.
You're gonna try to intimidate the bug.
I'll just move up to it since that big one's not there anymore. And action, bonus action, yeah. That's my turn.
I believe that one is dead.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah.
Never mind. Then I'll move up to this one.
You do that. You guys are now surrounding this creature here. That's your turn.
Yes.
Raelynn.
Okay, we are going to take our halberd and we are going to try and attack number 5. Which hits. Okay. Lot to do. Okay, Savage Attacker, we're going to roll damage twice. You're going to take the higher of the 2. Oops, that was my longbow. Ignore that one. Okay, 17 damage, pull on to number 5. And then I think just for fun, we're going to add a little bit more damage to it. So we're going to throw on a Psionic Strike, which I can do that one myself. Boom. Perfect.
I think, wouldn't the 17 have killed number 5 by itself?
Yeah.
Are you attacking it?
I attacked it. It hit, but then to do Savage Attacker in this program, I have to roll it, not clicking on it.
Okay.
Yeah, Vixx, you're supposed to drag the
Yeah,
17 damage
no.
onto it.
Wrong one. The halberd is what I'm doing, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
The 17.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was looking at that and I'm like, that's my brain was like, that's an attack roll to hit.
Would the 17 have killed it then?
Yeah.
Because I won't. Okay. So I won't use my Psionic Strike. However, because I have a halberd, I can attack a second one within 5 feet, which means this guy's getting attacked. Hell yeah. And then that one I can do the damage. Don't worry about that. And I will use my Psionic Strike on that one instead.
You already killed it.
Yeah, well, I just want to use it for fun.
Then attack the meteor one, gosh.
That's a little treat.
And then if they move, they're having a fun time.
What?
Yep, I have Sentinel. That's why I was so happy they were going around.
I see. Okay.
Yep, we're good. Savan is unfortunately 5 feet out of my range. End of turn.
I forgot to apply something to him. He did.
Was it oil?
Yes. It's like,
In
don't
the
want
desert?
to get a sunburn.
Yeah.
No, you want screen for that, not oil.
He's just working on a base,
He's-
man, you guys.
Yeah, he wants to get a good tan while he's out here. If he has to fight in the desert, he's got to look good.
He might not actually need that or want to be in the vicinity of Raelynn swinging a halberd around.
He's turned on though.
You're talking about the oil still. Where the fuck is this? God, why is your sheet so long? Literally cannot find something I know he has, which is weird, but sure. We'll just not deal with that right now since it's probably fine. There is one over there that seems to be not being attacked by anyone at the moment, unless Vael is still doing that. But he will do that anyway. It's gonna hit. Do each of these do that? They do. One.
Hey!
Oh damn!
That's
I
awesome.
clicked it too
Double
fast. Yeah, but it's gonna only do the crit for the second one, right? I guess I could just drag the damage over twice. That's fine.
Yeah, you do that.
So this first one probably
Yeah.
just burns it up.
Yeah,
Yep.
I figured that we'd kill him anyway.
Yeah.
So.
These sort of blackened flames just like streak across towards this creature, and I think it seems like the creature falls, and then there's still another streak of fire going well past it, and Zeke just kind of like almost like he's pulling it back towards him before it hits that tent on the other side. And then he's gonna turn and look at Raelynn. Are you okay over there?
I'm fine.
Swing around.
She's
I'm fine.
She's covered in blood again.
She's covered in blood. Alina's in a sheet.
The
This
usual.
is exactly how you guys
This is the
are
first
known
time
to
we've met
him.
this.
Um,
At least we're consistent.
well. I would like. Actually, it's supposed to be something that happened first. 20-foot radius. Let's see. Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. This is gonna affect her baby. Earth, Leif, Alina. Okay. I mean, this isn't the worst thing that could have happened to you guys, though. Nope, it's only targeting Leif. Why?
'Cause I'm the best.
I'll untarget you and then target everyone else. And that. This is a dexterity saving throw. Which it looks like everyone but Chinook passed this. Which is probably fine.
I'll give him all my healing spells.
Why is that effect not there? Should say this. Everyone else saves against that, except Chinook. And he becomes restrained as all of this sand just starts to collapse below you. And you guys kind of work to claw your way out. But then once it stops shifting, Chinook is like covered up to the neck underneath this sand here. And he's like whining now. That was not its turn, though. It is going to come up right after that. 5, 10, 15, 20. I think it can only get up to... Hello.
Hi.
Yeah.
A lovely giant bug thing.
A nice bloody little snack in front of him. Actually, probably 2 bloody little snacks, I think. No, Leif didn't take any damage yet.
Yeah, I did.
You did?
Yeah. It got me. First round.
Oh. Because you're temp HP. Okay. Well, it's gonna take attack at each of you, so here we go.
Yay.
And it has advantage on this attack because that one over there is still alive. It's gonna hit. And then 1 at Leif. Another stab. It's gonna hit. Oh wait, I gotta do that again because advantage. Let's miss.
We'll use
You gonna deflect attacks?
I am absolutely going to deflect that.
Alrighty.
I need to target myself because this is confusing how this works. Right, so I've completely canceled the damage. So instead of it hitting me, what's it attacking me with?
It's one of those like stabby sort of pins
Like
at the front.
its claw thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am going to, as it's coming in to try and hit me, I am going to try and like forcefully with the heel of my palm knock it to the side so that it goes onto a trajectory to stab itself in its other leg.
Yeah, it and it seems like its own claws are much more suited to than your fists are at digging into this creature's.
It needs to make a dex save, and I'm still untarget me, target it. It succeeds, so it doesn't take any damage, but neither do I.
Yeah, and then it just kind of like skirts off the side of its own leg, I guess, as you're pushing this away, but you definitely negate any of this oncoming attack towards you. It is not going to tunnel this turn, so... Raelynn. Already being targeted. Have tactics here against you. Why would you ever use... Oh, because it's ranged, I see. Like that, it has a weaker attack. Why would you ever use that? That's gonna hit. And... another one. Sure, I roll really high now when it doesn't matter because none of you have armor on. And Vael.
Would I be able to pull Chinook free with an action?
That is actually, yeah, it's a mechanic. It would be but I don't think this one actually has, it would just be using your action economy.
That's fine. I can do that. I will, yeah, Vael just kind of like slides down into the sand a bit, grabs him at the collar, and pulls him free. And as he does that, he's like, just stay behind me, boy. And then takes a step this way, and lining up, he looks at the two creatures and starts drawing lightning out of the Bloodwell vial, forms it into an orb in his right hand, and as he goes to release it, splits it into two. Casting Chromatic Orb at 2nd level, and I'm applying both Twin Spell and Quicken Spell, so I can do it as a bonus action.
Alrighty.
I love being a sorcerer.
I want to play a sorcerer now.
Target both of them, and it's an attack roll, so... well, where the hell is it? Oh, my level 1 spells were collapsed. Actually missed one.
Huh.
I, never miss. It's ridiculous. Okay.
You're so offended that you missed.
This feels like nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Meanwhile, Raelynn's like, I do that all the time. Like, yeah, go ahead and describe that.
Yeah, as he throws the 2 energy balls, the first one just shatters on the hard chitin on the top of this hive mother, but the other one streaks right in between everyone and hits the other one in the face and just immediately spread, just cooks it from the inside out. And as it drops, Vael calls out, "All right, focus fire."
You guys haven't hit this thing yet. Alina.
Okay. I'm pretty sure this is a saving throw because all my spells are saving throws. Yeah. I'm gonna cast a ranged spell at melee, so it's gonna have advantage in its saving throw, I think.
Okay.
Because normally you get disadvantage on an attack roll. So I am gonna target Dyson and cast. I'm gonna go big and cast Phantasm Killer. And it didn't give it an advantage, so I don't know if you just want to have it roll
Why
again.
would it have advantage?
So it's a range. Vixx, you rule. It's a ranged spell at melee.
No, that only applies to attack rolls.
Okay.
It doesn't
Just
apply to
making
saving
sure.
throws.
Just making sure. I didn't know if
I
it.
have no idea what this spell is, so.
Okay, it should do a lot of damage.
I think it counts on ring. I need to double check that.
If it's an attack roll,
Yes.
it's a saving throw.
Oh well, well, that's
Okay.
fine.
I just wanted to do honest. So it took 4d10 psychic damage, again tapping into that same fear sense. And it's a concentration spell, so as long as I'm concentrated, it will continue to take psychic damage each round.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay,
Nyra.
at the end of each of its turns, it has to make wisdom save, and every time, if it fails, it takes that damage again. If it succeeds, it drops.
Okay. Nyra. Look.
Nyra hears Vael call out for fire, and she turns around and sees the big mother because that was not there before. She'll look up at the sun and start to cast her own mini ball and just eat that thing. And I'm gonna
Nice.
fireball it. You want the fire? You get the fire. Lots of fire. E.
Yeah,
Matchy.
good job.
Yeah, between Alina and Nyra focusing in on this thing, it is looking pretty angry at the moment. It seems like it still has a a wish to continue to engage with this group in front of them. However, it does recoil, and you can see that the back of it becomes sort of like a little bit blackened by Nyra's cooking of it.
And then I'm going to step a little closer to Raelynn, just so I'm within 30 feet of all the baddies, in case they do crit her.
That'll happen. The one time I'm not wearing my armor is when they'll crit.
But I can't make that not be a thing.
I'd feel so bad.
With my, what is it? 8 hit points I'm damaged? 11.
I would just feel bad that you're like, I could have used my armor feature, and then it's not
I wouldn't care.
on.
For
I
the
wouldn't
first
care.
time in 45 sessions.
Yeah. All right, these ones are coming in for you, Raelynn.
No, they're not. Lord Claire.
That was perfect. That was perfect.
This is the little baby one though, so you're
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
No,
a
no,
D4
no, wait.
of damage.
Cinema.
No,
yeah,
I'm
but that
gonna-
was
I was
What?
doing. I got closer in case that happened because she's gonna warding flare it.
oh, I see. Okay, go ahead. What
Oh.
is
That was
what does that look
beautiful.
like?
She turns her attention back to Raelynn and sees the attacks coming in, and she just bursts of light pops in front of that little creature's eyes. So it has to. I impose disadvantage on the attack roll.
Okay. Well, actually, I'm yeah. That's
But I also give Raelynn temporary hit points because I have improved warding flare.
how would I do that then? Because it would be a flat roll then. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Raelynn, you should have those little bitty HP. Just
Target
do a
right.
flat roll against her. That'd be so funny if it was
Hits.
another. Yeah, it's gonna hit. All right. Salon.
Is it like a warm glow like light? So I know it's Nyra that did that because I'm around 3 mages. I want to give proper credit.
Hers is always like the sun.
Got it.
It's not kind. It's almost like it hits the creature like someone flashing a mirror and like shooting light in its face. But then you suddenly feel her like uncomfortable healing.
Got
on
it.
you.
Does the size matter on this thing? No, it doesn't. Ugh. Swan's ruining my fun, though, if I do this and succeed. All right. Oh, maybe not. Savan weaves something after hearing Vael ask for everyone to focus fire. He weaves something in the air. Actually, he's gonna just move up just a little bit here. And it looks for a moment like there's this sort of red arcane energy trying to envelop the creature, but then it breaks free from it at the last second. He was trying to cast Full Monster. No. What do you want him to do?
I did ask him to get behind me.
Okay, and I need to take the restrained condition off of him because fix that. He's targeting Alina for some reason. Don't read into that.
He casts Mark Territory.
And this thing is gone here, so I don't need to worry about it. Yeah, he'll move up here. Though actually he sees that Vael is doing magical.
He'll be fine there. He'll be fine.
He would? Okay.
Yeah.
He hasn't cast anything in that direction. And oh, I see what happened before, why I thought he wasn't targeting everyone. I accidentally was having Karis target all of you. Which you don't want right now, I don't think.
Probably not.
Yeah. And just keep it simple. Let's attack these creatures with his weapons. And I think he has Hunter's Mark. He does. What is with this? Oh, he actually is a human who has inspiration, so I'm going to use that. And try again. That is
There you
much
go.
better. When you attack with a weapon, he can add so many things to this. It is ridiculous. Do that. That doesn't seem like I rolled everything. Hunter's Mark? Yeah, Hunter's Mark isn't there. Weird. Roll the d6, I guess. I honestly don't know why it's not doing Hunter's Mark. I can see it in the tracker.
Yeah, it's in the tracker. I don't know what's going on there.
No, I'll just roll another d6 and put the appropriate damage. And then I'll figure it out. Well, it's somebody else's turn. Should be 8. Okay. Speaking of someone else's turn, it is Leif's now.
I would like to punch it.
Yeah, and it's looking like it's pretty fucked up at the moment as well.
Nice.
Let's see if you can punch another creature's guts out of its body.
And then we're going to do that, do some damage, and just for fun, I'll pop. Yeah, I'll spend a focus point to put a stunning strike on that. It's probably going to save, but let's find out. Oh, never mind.
Alrighty.
And then I will make my second attack. At advantage, and I will crit.
Oh shit!
Nice.
That's what you
He
want.
was so angry.
This is
So
gonna.
funny.
I feel like this is gonna be kind of nasty.
You can one punch this thing if you kill it with this hit. Yeah.
29
Man, I
damage.
did not even
punch.
need that extra like psychic tether.
Yeah.
Go ahead and describe how disgusting that looks.
Does this thing have like some holes in the side of its head that look like ears, or something like that?
Not really. Like its head looks like a sort of fish creature looking thing, to be
Alright.
honest. Yeah.
Well, I think Leif with his now stretchy arms is gonna treat it like it's got a generally the head is kind of laid out the same way across all creatures, and is gonna do like a double bear paw to the ears and try and discombobulate it, which certainly seems to work. And then we're just going to follow that up by having now grabbed its head and just going to bring it down onto the knee and just shatter its lower jaw.
Yeah. And it sounds disgusting as well, as this thing is like torn apart just by fists. But suddenly, like you kind of see it writhing a little bit afterwards, but then it completely sort of deflates into the sand, sinking a little bit with a soft thud. And the only sound left now is Raelynn over there swinging her halberd, which it is.
And also the sound of Leif's feet on sand as he uses his action, or he uses his bonus action and his movement to dash over here, putting himself in flanking with Raelynn.
I love it.
Holy shit. 100 feet?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Monk.
insane.
My base movement is 50 now.
Yeah. Okay. Saveth Kyrith.
Okay. Recklessly going to attack this thing. Targeting.
Raylan's effects in the combat tracker are always wild.
I know. Okay, I'm doing Savage Attacker again. I'm going to roll damage twice, pull one onto it.
Okay, I'll find him in the tracker.
It's the same. 14.
One is that? One. Okay.
And then, because Halberd, we're going to do the other one that I get to attack. And I get a +2 from flanking, right?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Leif. Perfect. And then this one, I'll just do normal. Boom. Thanks, Leif.
Damn.
So I think like what she would have done is just like from the first hit she did, she's bringing her halberd up. Then she's going to turn it to get the beak of the halberd to pull this thing by the neck down and just like skewer it with the like this top part of it.
Right. Yeah. Everyone kind of turns their attention to Raelynn after this other creature dies, and just as she's like bringing her weapon down into this creature in front of her. And that one's dead. Yeah, let's just do that. I think we're done. We're done with this fight. Right. Oh, nope. Only one of those. Unless, let's see how much it would have. No,
You exceeded by 3, so if you didn't have that 3 on the d6, you would still get it.
Okay. Yeah, I think he's fine anyway. Just to be fair, though, let's see.
As long as he hits.
He would have hit, yeah. Yeah, another 3 motes of flame come flying past Raelynn as she turned her attention towards this other one. The other creature just like burns up beside you. And you guys find yourselves back in the quiet evening of the desert. It's a little bit of a weird cycle that you're going through at the moment with the sleep. And seeing after Leif does that to that creature, Kareth puts his sword away and just looks over at him. Never seen that before.
What? Punching something?
Well, with that force, I saw that one back there too. And you look and you see that the almost like the outer shell of this creature is like on the sand, but there's guts trailing like 5 feet behind it. You guys all did well. I'm not surprised, but
Vael's just casually walking back towards the tent. Great job, everyone. I'm gonna have another drink since it looks like we're not sleeping the rest of the day.
Everyone. So I want to get this crud off my hands.
Vael might be able to help.
As soon as you say that, Vael just weaves a sigil and all of it just like sprays off of your hands.
Appreciate you.
I guess I'll cast Prestidigitation as well and get the bug guts and my own blood off the sheet if I have to like go back to sleep any.
I'm just impressed that in a desert 2-person tent environment, you guys have sheets that you've brought out to sleep.
Bed sheets.
Out of anyone in this group, Vael and Alina would.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Vael's like, I am not resting on anything less than 900 thread count.
Preferably 1200 if we can get it.
The others who made it up onto the top of the hill kind of first of all, Lilith and Farah, they don't even seem at all concerned by any of this as they're watching. And Adonis has Adonis by the hand. Why did I name them that way? And she's kind of distracting him by letting him like pet the horses and soothe the horses down. She like gave him a job to do during that fight. And they Lilith calls out, "We're all clear, boss?" And Kareth nods. Yeah, that no casualties, no one got too hurt.
Just a little
I'm fine.
scratched.
Well, that is probably what I would call a lower tier challenge out here.
Oh, good. So they won't all be boring encounters. Okay. Well, now I don't feel so bad about the next day of travel that we have ahead of us.
Hey, he speaks for himself. I'd rather have a boring trip.
An above table question. So we are not going to get this full rest before we have to pack up and travel?
That is true, unless you want to spend 8 hours.
Okay, then I am going to need to heal myself a bit because 2 attacks takes 1/3 of my health.
I'm sad I didn't get to use one of my special abilities. Okay, I'll just beef it up and then bring this thing back.
There you go.
There's more. It's a desert. There's a lot. They live here. There's a lot.
We get a hive grandmother.
I was set up for the least strong one out of all of you to receive it, too. It would have been great. But Leif looked cool killing it, so not too mad. So yeah, you guys are just gonna drink then? You gave up on the feeling rested for the day?
And we'd have to
We're
start
on horses.
over, right,
they're
after
doing
that.
most of the work.
Yeah.
I
We'll be fine.
am back to full health.
It's up to 4 hours. I do that every day. So
When you're not exhausted or dealing with any problems from it.
Not a thing.
I think you guys are supposed to roll a save for exhaustion.
I think that's
Yeah.
only after the first day.
I think something kept Leif up last night. Was that right, or was that the night before? No, last night was fine. It's the night before. Right.
Mhm.
I mean, it's Nyra's watch, so she's just gonna lay down in the sand and make sand angels.
Going 24 hours without a long rest.
Fair enough.
When that happens.
Does it count as a short rest though? Because if so, I got all my bardic inspo back.
Yeah, that would be a short rest.
Perfect. I did spend one after waking up, so I'll keep one marked off.
I will take an hour to do another short rest. And who has the bag of holding?
Me.
Raelynn, would you mind if I got my heart glass out of there?
Oh, sure. She'll open up.
As soon as you take it out, Chistana appears behind you.
We are hidden by the desert storm. So
Yeah.
we're fine.
That's what we think.
When he takes his heart glass out, she's also going to say, I know you talked to me about potentially wanting to know what could happen with this dragon or not. There was that crystal I touched and I had a vision. It's in there if you need it, but that decision's yours.
Well,
Know
the
that-
first time I had a vision of the dragon, I happened to be carrying that crystal we gave to Varric. Although I wasn't in contact with it, so I was surprised that that happened the way it happened. Strange.
It's there if you need.
I don't like to play with fate. I like to stand before it with my own 2 eyes.
I understand. That's why I said you could use it if you wanted, but just know it didn't come true for me, so.
Well, regardless of what I saw or what I thought or what I believed, my choice would be the same.
Perfect.
And Vael will take some time to enjoy some of his whiskey and short rest and attune to the heart glass again, because it's been in another dimension for a while.
Yep. Just so I'm not mixing up things, Raelynn had asked Zeke to do ascending that morning after when they arrived at Lorraine Hollow, right?
When they were on
On
the
the
train, the next, the morning.
In the morning.
They were still on the train, yeah.
So he hasn't had one.
He sent 2 messages.
Unfortunately, I have narrated him multiple times as staying up late, so I'm gonna say that he also didn't get to finish his trance.
But I think with the new day, you should get a sending stone sending back, Raelynn.
Yeah. She'll, when there's time, she will message Varric the details of the military upgrade monetary values.
To Raelynn, you normally have been getting responses immediately. Doesn't happen today.
Yeah. I suspect that our sendings aren't getting through while we're here.
I had a feeling too. Luckily, he knew what that one meant. I do think she will have walked up after the fight though, and just placed her halberd in the ground and just looked at Zeke because she's covered in blood.
I think Zeke just kind of takes a glance around first, and then he will help her clean up. Anything ripped this time?
I guess she would have gone to sleep after her watch, and it happened at the end of third watch. So see, she's in her pajamas with the rip again. Not any more than normal.
Are you sure you don't want help with that?
I'm fine.
I'm just saying if... Alright.
You're going to watch me take it off?
You wouldn't need to take it off.
I'm fine, but thank you.
Alright. He walks away, but before he's out of earshot, he says, "You're a really bad liar." Alright.
The whole party starts nodding.
Yep. Yeah.
Alina will immediately put her armor back on before getting a drink from Vael.
We're having a drinking party in just outside, or are you guys
In the big tent?
Hot.
Where's
We
the
could
cooler?
choose a tent if people want to hang out in a tent together.
Yeah, everyone come to our tent. Nyra and I have good parties.
Mirror's laying on the sand.
Just
You enjoy the sun. It's too hot for you guys, but she's happy.
Well, seeing that everyone wants to hang out and drink as he finishes up with his attunement, he's going to reach into his bag and grab the full bottle of whiskey that he just purchased in Lorraine Hollow and take it over, and he'll give everyone the same treatment. He'll create ice cubes for everyone and pour everyone a drink.
Alright.
long after the drink is finished, Alina's just enjoying the ice cube. It's so freaking hot here for her.
Her hair's getting like that frizzy
Really
sort of.
frizzy.
Time to start braiding it.
And she will see her try to braid it unless anyone wants to volunteer. She's not going to demand that someone braids her hair. Okay.
Let's see. All right. Kareth lets you guys know that they're gonna continue to let the horses rest for what was supposed to be the rest of the watch. Some of them are trying to like shut their eyes a little bit over the next little while. But you have about 2 hours just hanging out together in this tent. Yara is there. She's on the quieter side, though, with everyone around, but she does seem to listen, and there are probably times where you see a little small smile depending on what you guys are talking about at the moment.
Oh, Raelynn.
Yes.
Apparently we're starting a book club. You should join.
A book club
Mm-hmm.
in the middle of a desert.
Well, we don't have meetings planned, but
And what are
Nyra
we reading?
and Nyra and I were talking about books that we have that we enjoy. They are romances. That seems to be what our personal libraries contain currently.
If you'd like historical fiction, I could lend you some of that, or I have entire lineages we could read about.
Has Alina given? Yeah, I know she offered to give that book to Yara. Has she given it to her yet, or?
Yeah, I think she would have given it to her that morning we discussed it.
She's gonna hold up this book, and you can see the title of it. She said this one was kind of like her life.
I didn't say that exactly.
Pretty close.
What's it about?
It's a Rivni romance.
A girl falls in love with a fae.
Alina with her
Interesting.
eyes just like,
No, Raelynn's just gonna say, interesting. I'll think about it.
You could read the one I'm reading. I'm reading Kale's book.
I did want to read that one.
It is a romance. But it is a journal.
That sounds more up my alley.
love to read your favorite historical fiction.
So it was about a war that happened about 300 years ago, and what happened, or however many years to the past big war. And she'll just go off on that and like probably bore you about how the tactics of the battle like happened and what they did. And
Raelynn would read World War II historical fiction.
oh yeah, 100%.
100%.
Where's
She's
from
a
the past?
man at heart.
Like, why do they all have the same name?
Seriously.
Vael's just chiming in once in a while with, you know what, they probably should have gone with a pincer strike instead.
Right. Thank you for understanding.
I was going to ask if Vael made a comment about Alina's book, but I feel like Vael already knows about Alina's book.
Vael's aware of Alina's books, and he's aware of them. They're fine. He enjoys them well enough, but his reading is so much more academic right now. He's not even going to engage.
Hmm.
Oh,
I
hey,
think- Oh, go ahead.
we're reading stuff. I stole some paperwork from that place.
Right.
Mm.
Definitely need to dive into that soon.
There is certainly something for everyone in book club.
If we got a little time to kill, I might just take it out and start thumbing through it just to see what exactly it is.
Did I describe it as open?
You described it as 3 like
File folders, right?
File
That were made out of
folders.
metal.
yeah.
Make some lock picking checks because you're gonna need them.
What do you look at me?
Guidance.
Okay.
She remembers what happened the last time you tried to pick their locks. She saw it.
Somehow.
I mean, Vael heard it and saw a cabinet get destroyed.
Yeah.
Because I can't see you doesn't mean I can't see what you're doing.
That is a 20 is exactly what you needed for this.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, I just want to make it clear Zeke is here as well. And you guys didn't tell them what exactly you were doing.
No.
So
Yeah.
I just want to make the
That's
situation.
fine.
Okay.
I'm not like
So you ask
laying it out
questions?
in front of him and
But you said it. You said
Yeah.
that you stole stuff from this place and then
They gotta assume we steal shit. I mean, they came after us because Vael stole something.
yeah.
And then we stole them from the people who sent them out.
I
You
need to
did.
keep track of what
No,
my
it's good.
NPCs know because
It's
I
good
will
to
fuck you if
clarify.
I have opportunity to.
It's good to
We're a group
clarify.
of thieves.
Yeah, you open up this little file folder thing. Immediately, Leif was actually the one who spotted this. So one of them is the like, it looked like a sort of tablet, being used at the charging station when he first scouted that out on their first visit in Loran Hollow. And also a little rune that seems to match up with some of the markings on the tablet. And inside, there seems to be some sort of ledger that has names of people who have checked in to this charging station. And it seems to date back like it goes back like 6 months ago. Scanning through that, you do note a familiar name. You see that both Emmerich Dayrune and Matthew Dayrune have checked in on this charging station. And you come across a stack of papers about 20 pages. It's not a bound book, it's just like notes compiled on how to on how this charging station and the crystal work together. There's 3 sections, one on how they work together, 2 on what to do to maintain the charging station, and then a 3rd section on some of the components that make up the actual train crystal core.
That's really handy.
This seems to be specifically for those who were maintaining this at like a higher level.
Neat.
And this tablet is like a letter-sized paper, but it's made out of stone, and there's runes on both sides of it. And on one side, the runes have around them like almost like if you were to put your fingers on the back of this, it's like an indentation of like where you would hold it.
Any of you magic knowing about people want to look at this at some point?
Like the tablet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll look it over. So, the tablet itself have any sort of effects on it? Like, does it?
Your
give
cast.
off magic?
Are you doing?
I will cast identify if I have to. Yeah.
If you're asking if it's giving off some sort of magical effect at the moment, you don't feel that, but the markings on it look arcane. Vael,
Alright,
actually
cool.
looking at this, maybe I don't know if that's a spell that you would even be familiar with. Yeah, you it looks like one of those learned magic types.
Can I just investigate it for now with Arcana?
Sure.
Oof. Do I have an inspiration? I sure do. Might as well use it. Well, not my night.
Yeah, you're looking this over and not making any real sense of. You do see that there's like, I think you would note that there's at least 3 spells imbued into this.
Well, it doesn't have at least 3 spell effects imbued into it, so I'll need to take some time and really look it over later.
Let me take a look at it real quick. I would like to try and make an Arcana check.
Go ahead.
You do you, Leif. I believe
I'm
in
going to
you.
use that bardic inspiration from earlier. Let's see what it is first. Oh. Come on. So, 15.
It corroborates what Vael said about it. You're like, you take it. Let me see that. Yep.
Yeah.
I love how you attempted this as a +1. I respect that.
I just thought it would be really funny if I rolled high on this.
It would have been funny.
You're suddenly possessed by the spirit of the magic in the desert and just...
Right?
Yep.
Well, you guys are able to just kind of hang out for the next few hours. And once night fully falls, you gather yourselves up pretty tired. I need everyone to roll a Constitution saving throw.
I'm sleepy.
I'm real sleepy.
What? You might be fine.
I only got one above you.
I think the DC's 10.
Yeah, so I'm
That's
looking.
probably the threshold.
I had it here a second ago. God. I am going to say that Raelynn and Vael, you're likely fine there. I literally cannot find this number now. I see all of the charts, everything but what you gotta roll. DC 10 plus 1 for each hour over.
Oh.
That's... Okay, this initial one is DC 10, and then as you guys are going, it's going to get more difficult as
All right.
time goes on. But Alina's fine. Leif is the only one who's feeling the effects of this, which is, I guess, not pleasant after his previous experience.
It's nothing compared to 5 levels. He can handle this. Oof.
And we'll have to deal with my NPCs as well. I'll just make them roll a group save and they'll all die together if they're... Kareth looks over everyone as you guys are kind of gearing up to head out, and he goes, "Are you all going to be fine if we continue to press on?"
Yeah.
I'll be
No
fine.
issues, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you head off into the night, and the sands of Azurus are feeling very active at the moment in terms of that arcane feeling. And I think Harith picks up on that as well, and he goes, "That's probably going to increase over the next little while. Might be uncomfortable, but won't hurt you at all." And because I feel like I'm gonna have to roll a bunch of con saves for you guys, I was just gonna narrate us to the other the other part of this. Unless you want to find out now how exhausted you are, and then I can wrap us up as you guys arrive at your destination.
I'm okay rolling a bunch if it gets us to our next destination.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
All right.
Do it.
It shows a long rest. Creature's exhaustion by 1. I think the AI answer on the thing is not telling me the truth.
I think it's per day, not per
day, not per hour.
Per hour.
Okay. DC. Con save. No. Look. Admittedly. You know what? Why can't I find this fucking roll? Whatever. This is slowing me down. Only Leif is going to have exhaustion for now, and I'll figure out that because you guys will be traveling in the desert again by yourselves. So I'll just say that for now, Kareth is helping you guys along when you guys need some rest and shelter. Him and Adonis quickly find somewhere for you guys to stop. Nyra has her water that is helping everybody stay hydrated. And eventually you guys find yourselves, you can see off in the distance. Vael is the only one who knows about this. You can see there is this large like ring of hard sediment in the desert. The moonlight seems to be glinting a soft blue hue out of it, but you guys aren't going directly towards that at the moment. You're continuing on a northern path, and this is off a bit to the east. But you do see up ahead a warm glow, and it's difficult to tell where it's coming from. You can see, to you from here, it looks like just sand, and you can see some trees, like some shrubberies. You did see that along the way here and there, just small patches of it. But as you come up, cresting over this hill, there is a very sort of like winding, cavernous, it's like a canyon almost in the middle of this desert. The rock is all different colors going down the sides of this wall, and you can see that there's some soft torchlight, lantern light. There's lanterns strung up all over the place. And very like down at the center of this place, you can see a small oasis that is down in this canyon. This whole place is a big mishmash of types of buildings. Some of these houses are clearly built into this harder rock, because you can see people walking and talking and going inside a home that it just has like a window and doors carved into the side of this rock. And then some of the other things, it looks like a half tent shelter, and people are just kind of sitting out, and there's plush pillows all over the place. And then there's also just a mix of proper structures that look like some of them look like they're actually made out of the hard shells of those creatures that you just came across. Others can't even tell just by looking at it. You're like, I have no idea what that substance is that house is made out of. And then just gathering of bits of wood, and it's very much just built all around this oasis at the center. And you can see that it even goes down further. And you can hear a trickling of water, as if wherever this water is, it's going deeper down into this area. Everyone here is dressed in tan, beige, light clothing, but adorned with really vibrant touches of blues and greens, and just all of like an ocean shade of color, with touches of bronze on it. And as you're approaching here and you start seeing some of these buildings, you can see that some of them have these decorations that are hanging up in their windowsill. One of them looks like a crudely made, like sculpted dragon in blue. Aerith is slowing down his approach. People are coming to meet him off in the distance, and he looks over at all of you guys and says, well, we've made it, and it looks like everyone's still up, but if you'll all need a rest, you guys look, pardon me, but you look exhausted. I can set you guys up, probably split across 3 separate shelters if you would like.
That'd be wonderful.
Whatever works.
I'm not picky.
As you make your way into this area, anyone who's even remotely insightful is noticing that Vael is getting a lot of looks from people. In particular, coming up this pathway from this oasis with like a large cistern of water in a beautifully sculpted clay, it's kind of like it's a little bit like an open vase. It's almost like an egg shape, but it's open at one top. She's coming down this path, a very deeply tanned woman, long red hair, very curvaceous and very like scantily clad. She's not wearing closed boots like you'd expect, that maybe she isn't traveling in the sand like the others are, rather staying in these like more developed places. And Kareth notices that she's approaching towards them, and she is looking directly at Vael as she does so. And Kareth looks over at Vael and says, "I'm warning you now. Maven is probably one of our most zealous of the bunch, and she is going to want a private audience with you."
Very well.
But we will wrap up there. I was going to wrap up earlier, and then it seemed like people wanted to talk, so I was letting you do so. But you've made it now to the Marashi village in the sands of Azurus. It is kind of difficult right now because a lot of you want to actually have a proper sleep. But you'll get the opportunity to do that next week, and Leif could hopefully sleep off his exhaustion by then.